Hi, my name is Rebecca, and I did the poem Dreamland by Edgar Allan Poe. So the poem Dreamland is basically eerie, melancholy, and twisted. Basically like every other poem by Edgar Allan Poe. Now, in Dreamland, we start off with someone, we don't know if it's a he or a she, someone starts off their journey. Now, this person, you can clearly tell in the first stanza that you don't know where they're from or when their journey started. All you know is that they're there in this place that's mysterious and really different from anywhere they've ever been. So it never tells you where they began the journey. It just says somewhere beyond the space and time. Now, as we go on beyond the next stanzas, you'll know that this is when we start. This is when the speaker starts telling their journey, basically everything he sees. And it was, and the place he's arrived is like haunted by and ruled by the creepy figure of night. This whole entire place has landscapes that cover oceans, valleys, caves, and forests. Now, but the thing is, nothing is exactly what it seems. You have the mountains tumbling and the sky is on fire. You have the oceans leaping up and the snow just sits there on the ground forever and never melts. And everything about it is different from basically what it's meant out to be in reality, which shows that nothing is ever what it seems there. Now, you go on ahead and you have you would think of it as something that's really, really creepy because of the fact that its normality is not something that we see in everyday life. So, and because the normality changes, it's scary to some people, but for him, he finds it somewhat he finds it creepy and quiet, but at the same time violent and exciting. He has these mixed emotions. I'm sorry, I'm saying he. The speaker has these mixed emotions that go on that you don't really know. It can be one thing at the same time. It can be something totally different. While we're going on this, and while he's going on his journey, at the same time he has this sadness within him when he sees what's going on. He has this loneliness that's stirring up within himself. And it's not just the landscape that's sad and weird. The other thing is that the speaker can see ghosts throughout this journey. He sees the ghosts of his dead ones, and this actually normally what we hear in it, or what we see in Edgar Allan Poe's poems is that when he writes about the speaker's dead ones, there's a sort of sad, there's always a kind of creepiness or an eeriness. But the thing is, on this poem Dreamland, the speaker actually feels a sense of nostalgia, which he's actually happy that he sees him. There's like this happiness that's sad, and at the same time it still makes him happy, and you don't normally see that when you in the rest of his poems, like I mentioned earlier. And it shows that the speaker has had a tough life, and he actually loves this strange world. Now, where we're going at with this is that in the stanza it says, "Never its mysteries are exposed to the weak human eye unclosed." Basically, this is one of the main twists of the poem. This whole entire world is a dream. It's a dream where you can only see it in where you can when you're sleeping. If you open your eyes and that's it, you cannot see it. And so the only way you can visit it is if you go to sleep. Now, he gets. So while he gets dreaming, he loves the fact that he can actually see this world, and the fact that he can see his loved ones once again. Though the world is twisted beyond reason, you can still see the fact that the speaker enjoys what he or she is seeing and enjoys the environment of it. Now, what we're going to see is, how does this poem connect to engineering? Now, I'm going to tell the true and hard fact. Engineering is not exactly what it seems. People think, oh, I'm going to go to engineering and work on all these cool projects. That's not true. You're going to be sitting at a desk most of the time, and you won't see these cool things, but at the same time, that doesn't mean you can't let your creativity go afar and express and extend your limits. And people also join engineering thinking that you have to be you can't talk, you don't need to talk to anyone, you just need to sit there. But that's also not true. If you're in engineering, most of the time you're going to be at meetings and such. Hopefully because of certain communication, you can get your things done. Because communication is a really big part of engineering. Everyone has this conception of engineering and people in engineering as being either awkward, antisocial, or having this massive freedom. And it's basically a very nice medium, but that shouldn't change the fact that engineering is something that everyone enjoys, that who goes into the profession. You might be going into the profession to do one thing, but you come out doing something totally different, but doesn't mean you're going to hate it. It means that you're just going to find out what exactly you want. It is a very, very broad field, even once you go into it. And so the reason that this poem, the whole entire poem, Dreamland, shows that the conception of something isn't exactly what it seems. We might find the whole entire world to be eerie and awkward, and I don't want to normally be in that kind of world where I can't explain what's going on. But someone else might find it a very calming place where they can have a peace set of mind. And so that's the same thing that applies to engineering. And that's my connection to the video and the poem. The poem. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you.